right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Wrestling Addicts right here. I'm Jimmy Anderson, and joining me are my co-hosts and co-addicts, Rich Walker over here. We got Rafael Guzman here, and we got Al Rage Walker over here. And I thought we'd spend this particular show getting to know Al and his career. And go ahead and tell us a little bit about it. When did you start wrestling?
Well, I started back, I want to say late 1993. It was by accident that I got into business. You know, I won some tickets to go to a WWE event. Back then, they was having house shows. There wasn't really a lot of big TV stuff. Main event was Ric Flair versus the Bret Hitman Hart. Mm-hmm. So I was pretty much a fan of Bret Hart, so I definitely wanted to go to see it. And then to get a chance, it was a front row seat, so it was the best seats in the house. So we went to the show, and match was pretty good. You know, got to see Elegante. At the time, they was calling him
Giant Gonzalez.
John Gonzalez. That dude was huge.
Mm-hmm.
What
was he?
He was like 7'8".
7'8".
Yeah,
close to 8 feet.
Yeah,
almost.
400 pounds. That was probably the biggest guy I ever seen. That guy was huge.
Not much talent.
Well, I mean, look how big he was.
There you go.
Know, that guy made Undertaker look like a small fry.
He could barely walk, I guess.
He could barely walk. Yeah, he was a big guy. And so we sitting down in the front row, and Ric Flair comes out. He's talking north to the crowd, and we laughing. And he just looks at me and walks over to me and said, "Hey, you." And he said, "No, you." He said, "I'll come over there and I'll kick your butt all over the stadium." And man, my brother them there were just dying laughing.
Rolling.
Just rolling. Ah, Ric Flair, call your phone now. He even called me out.
Yeah.
You were instigating, weren't you?
Hey, I opened up my jacket, took off my jacket, had my muscle shirt on, stepped over that rail. I said, "I'll come in that ring and kick your behind and smash you right now." And the whole arena just went nuts. I mean, kids just started running down from the raft, and I did my little, my smashing, like this here. And the crowd, and the lady had the camera. They had a camera that they would show the match on a big, giant screen that they had up in there. And it was called a Summit back then.
Yeah.
And you could see me making that face, sticking at Ric Flair. Ric Flair was like, and he worked it too. He's like, "Whoa, I don't want no problem." Crowd went crazy. Kids come running down to the ringside. It took about 20, 25 minutes for them to calm everybody down to go back to the match because it was crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but he wasn't fit to call me out and not have a response. I don't care who he is, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, it don't matter.
Isn't that funny? Ric Flair put a lot of people on the map in their career.
Yep.
Sting, Luger,
Yeah.
a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
And so who trained you?
I trained with Tugboat and also with Ivan Putski.
Tugboat Taylor?
Chuck
Or
Taylor,
Tugboat? Oh, Tugboat Taylor from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
You
where
know
you
what?
started?
I was going to ask you, what is the whole Shockmaster incident? Were you there during that time?
No,
I'm sorry, I had to bring it up.
No,
Well, I
it
can
wasn't.
tell you about that.
Not that Tugboat. I know you're talking about. It's another Tugboat. Just Tugboat Taylor. He lives here in Houston. He wrestled up in Global, up in Dallas.
Old school Tugboat.
Old school Tugboat, yeah.
Son Chaz wrestled also.
Exactly. His father.
I used to watch it on ESPN with my brother Chuck, who's in the control room right now
Right.
directing the show. And but the Shockmaster incident, you don't know about that?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that I didn't know if Al
Yeah, that's
knew
a
about
different
that.
Tugboat. I know you're talking about now.
Fred, what's the name? Fred Ottman?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a terrible segment.
Yeah.
Kind of a low point in wrestling at that time.
Right. So you started in Dallas in Global. Is that where you started?
Who, me? No, I started here in Houston. I did wrestle in Global for a little while, yeah. With Akbar and you had the Freebirds up there at the time, Harlem Heat had just left Global and went and signed with WCW.
I see.
When they went, that's when I came in.
Okay. I tell you what, let's take a quick break right here for a second and take a look at one of Al Rage Walker's matches and some footage of him wrestling, and then we'll be right back.
We've got ourselves a nice crowd out here tonight. This is Al Rage Walker. He's been talking his stuff. He's been strutting his stuff on Sportsline Live before. Now let's see if he can show it. It is the boxer versus the wrestler tonight. Let's hear it. Oh, yeah! Let's get it on, Rage. Let's get it on, baby. Once again, we want to thank Keith. Look at the boxer going at it right away here. Oh my. For those of you that don't know Al Rage Walker, 6'4" and a half, 285 pounds. He's from Houston. He has 101 0-0 record. He's 101 0-0. Arm wrestling, he is 90-0. He played football for the University of Arkansas, a defensive end. He bench pressed 605 pounds, Alonzo. Oh, really? Yeah, really. He says he's the most powerful man in wrestling today. His turn-ons are long walks on the beach. That's right, and eating pizza. His turn-offs are guys with masks on and boxing gloves. Whoa, he's getting the crowd into a frenzy. Look at Al Rage Walker. He can move for a big man. Walker. You could. I'll tell you what, the Oilers could have used him on the defensive line. You might have won the playoff game. Al Rage Walker. He's our hero. Look at Rage staring him down. Al Rage Walker versus the boxer. Now, see, this is what you'd have to do if you get in the ring with the gloves on. Would you get in the ring with the gloves on? Why don't you take it on mano a mano, baby? There wouldn't be no competition for me. What? No? Just kicked me in the kneecap a couple times. Whoa! He did some good shots in. Look at this now. I have a feeling this is where the boxer's going to end up hurting a little bit. This is good clean fun. That is just good clean fun. Looks like the boxer is about done. Barbaric. Yeah! Boxer wants some more, I guess. Or Ray wants some more, doesn't he? Well, I'll tell you. Oh! And that's it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Get Rage Walker over here. Let's hear it, huh? Let's hear it for Al Rage Walker, huh? Hey, get our other guys. Oh, he wants Alonzo. He wants a piece of Alonzo.
What is Outrage doing? Doesn't he know he's gonna go to jail for this? Oh, shit. He's all tied in with the Illuminati. He's the man. He's the man, people. He's the man. Pick him up, everybody. Oh, man.
The fans and let them know what I'm doing and who I am. And a lot of people recognize me from television shows and talk shows. And, you know, I'm about, you know.
All right, we're back, and that's a lot of great wrestling right there. And we're here with Al Rage Walker and Rich Walker over here, his brother, as well as Rafael Guzman, who's a brother from another mother, and I'm from a brother from or something like that. I don't.
Something like that.
Well, you see the resemblance, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I did want to ask Rage a question.
Mhm.
Out of all your matches, which one is your best match that you've had?
The best opponent I've ever wrestled. I would have to give that credit to King Ali. King Ali. And the reason why I'm going to say King Ali because he was always underestimated because he didn't have that muscular body. He was a big country strong guy, but he can get in that ring and he can go. He was just as strong, just as talented, can talk on the mic. I mean, he was a complete package. And it's unfortunate because a guy like that, you can put him on TV right now, and he's going to bring a whole wave of talent with his ability. But it's so much stereotype going on in the business. You know, if you ain't the right color, if you ain't this, you ain't that, you get put way in the back burner. And it's unfortunate because a guy like that, you put him on TV right now, like I say, and he'll turn it up with anybody. But it's too much politics, and it's not done right.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. I wasn't aware about your Houston wrestling at the time. Who was promoting it?
The Out of Control Wrestling,
Oh,
which started here in Houston, and we
What
did
year?
the shows right here in Houston Media Source.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was back in 95. I would say we ran through 94 through 97. No. Through 99.
Through 99?
Yeah.
I seem to remember that special on KNWS you were talking about, I think on Facebook, or you mentioned it on your profile, that you did a live telecast.
Oh
on
yeah, that
KMWS,
was
Channel 51
a
in Houston.
Texas street fight, and that was sponsored by Channel 51.
Yeah,
and
in
also
Houston.
at the time Jay Eggers. It was a bar and grill, and we did a live street fight. That's the only live local wrestling broadcast ever in Houston besides WCW and WWE.
Right.
Paul Bart's never done a live broadcast. He's done
You're
all
right,
tape.
he didn't.
So
Yeah.
we the only ones that ever done a live broadcast,
I
and
never
we're gonna do it again.
Son of a gun, I never even thought of that.
Yeah. And matter of fact,
Tell us about that.
the show was so good that people call in and want to see it again. Well, they aired it during the Final Four. It wasn't supposed to be aired exactly when the Final Four was on, but it did anyway. Well, guess what? We beat the Final Four.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that show.
That
Matter
is-
of fact, I saw you wrestling at the Reliant Arena.
Oh,
The first
yeah.
time I saw you wrestle.
That was a benefit show we did for Fiesta, and it was during the Cinco de Mayo.
Was it?
I
Yeah,
believe
I
it
know
was.
it was a while back, but
Yeah.
I think you were wrestling King Ali that
Was
night.
Wrestling King Ali. We did the exact same match of, if you ever watched the Stone Cold and The Rock, the second match they did, we did the exact same match. And it was, he filmed it, he was so nervous, he ran out of film and forgot to put a new tape in.
What were you nervous about?
You nervous sitting next to him, aren't you?
We went at it. We went at it. Hey, when me and King got in the ring, we wasn't worrying about nobody getting cut, getting hurt. We went at it.
For
That's
real?
why, man.
Shoot? We're
I
talking
mean, if he hit me hard, he just hit me hard.
Yeah.
Or so we all were stiffing, not shooting
I
necessarily?
mean, we made sure. I guarantee you, if
I was
you
there.
was
I
there,
heard it. I heard it.
Yeah.
I especially I think there was one spot you guys did on the corner of the ropes where he was running to you, and dude, you literally knocked his head off. I'm like,
Yep, the clothesline. Yep.
Oh, my
I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, because we wanted to make sure that, okay, if WWE doesn't want to sign us, every match that we do outside of that, we're gonna make them look bad, and that's how we did it.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about physicality. I mean, I'm gonna share a personal story. Okay, I literally had just come off of what I thought was a great season of football. I was in good shape. I come back home relaxing and everything. I thought I was gonna just dabble my little toe into the wrestling thing. Just to see, I'm doing it, and I can do it too. Why not? So I come down. I want to learn how to wrestle. He's gonna teach me how to wrestle. Folks, my wrestling career lasted about 2 hours.
I bet your back was all jacked up.
I'm telling you, we went into the ring and we were training, and the first thing he did, he taught me how to take bumps. Okay, that went fine. Okay, he said, all right, we're gonna start doing some movement now. So he had me run from the corner and he gave me a hip toss. He gave me a hip toss. I have never flown that high and that fast without being in an airplane. And
Gravity. That's gravity for
when
you.
I landed, I swear to God, I could taste my spleen. I never felt like, you ever felt your soul get rattled? I was like, nah,
You're done. You're like, I'm done.
I'm good. Al like, hey, you gonna come back tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there, man. I think was somebody calling me. I don't even have a cell phone back then, but I have one now. Somebody called me. Man, I'll be over there, man. Just
Well, you know what? That may have been a good experience for you because a lot of people think it's easy to be a wrestler.
no, it's not.
You know what I mean? And some people do, and they think, "Oh, I'm going to be the greatest wrestler of all time," and that just doesn't happen.
No, it's a lot of training, a lot of technique involved, and a lot of toughness. And see, the way I was taught and the way I teach is that every move is like the last move. A simple hip toss can look weak or it can look like a devastating finish. And with all my moves, I try to make it look like it's just gonna kill you. And with a guy that size,
He almost did kill me.
with a guy that size, I want to make sure that I complete the toss.
Right.
So I have to use strength to get him up in the air and then guide him down to the mat.
Exactly.
So, and I can't do it lightly because what if he doesn't go with me? What if he can't work?
Right.
So I'm gonna make sure I take care of you because a guy like that can land on his neck, be paralyzed or whatever. So when I do it, you going up in there and I'm gonna guide you down. And when I come down with you, it's gonna be a thump. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're one who trains but takes it easy. Not takes it easy, but you're not out to hurt
I'm
people
gonna make
on
sure
purpose.
you don't get hurt exactly because we may have to go to the next town the next night.
Take care, not take it
There
easy.
you go.
Yeah,
They
that's-
don't really teach that no more because you see guys get out there and they so busy trying to get over, they end up hurting the guy, and now this guy is out the business for a year or so, and it's not right.
No. Yeah, and a lot of guys in the old days when they were training, they were real tough and they were real stiff on you. Wasn't that the case? Did you go through that?
They were real stiff, but they took care of you. You know, they wouldn't go through a move if you wasn't ready for it, or if the positioning was wrong, they'd go back to a headlock. You know, and okay, we're gonna do this here. Go back to a headlock. Everything was go back to a headlock or arm bar because it was about safety. Whereas that now, we done knock each other in the head. Keep going. You know, and then guys end up like Rey Mysterio is messed up because of that same reason. Guys are not prepared and not taking care of each other because they're not being taught that.
Do you think that the veterans such as yourself, is it hard for you to like wrestle with one of these new guys coming up?
It's a nightmare because they want to come in and they want to do everything they see on TV. They want to jump off of this, jump off of that. For what?
It doesn't add anything to the match.
It
does it?
doesn't. It's like having a cake without the cake, just the whipped cream or the frosting. What's the point?
But there's no psychology there. is there?
Exactly.
None.
And I don't care where you go, it's the same thing. They want to do 50 high spots, no rest spots, no psychology. Nobody pays attention to the fans whatsoever. That's completely out, you know. And the intro is terrible. Everybody wants to wear a belt. I mean, it's madness. It's madness.
Yeah.
It's sad and it's madness. For a fan, I feel sorry for the fans today. I really do.
I know, you know, and high spots are great and all, but when there's so many per match, it just dilutes it and waters it down. And I miss the days when there was storytelling in matches and psychology, and that's something you definitely knew a lot about, and we're going to get to more of that in just a moment. We're going to take another break, and then we'll talk about Al and his stint in the World Wrestling Federation and the Nation of Domination. Stick with us, more Wrestling Addicts coming up right after this.
100 pounds. You can see why it takes a long time to do this now. You just can't do this. Now, this guy's been lifting since he was 12 years old. So you can't just come in overnight and think you can do this. I mean, this guy is playing with this. I mean, he's, as you can see, he definitely ate his lunch, and he didn't give it away. And by the way, didn't nobody take it from him.
Johnny is just trying to start this out, and that's good. Truck slam right into the mat.
This Ray's the master of pain. He is a killer.
That's true. Jerry was left for a minute. What has happened here?
Come on. Control yourself. Johnny Blaze
match. Back in the ring. Look like Johnny here is kind of tee off, you can say. Yes, indeed. Look at him. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. He's doing these punches right down to the chest. The pain. Irish whip. Right into the turnbuckle. And the Master Payne's picking up Johnny slowly but surely, going to the ropes and in close line, right down. Devastating. Man, I like to tell you something, this guy's all business. He doesn't put up with anything. He don't put up with. I wonder if we don't see him and Ahmed Johnson one day fighting each other. It's a possibility. Look at power slam. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I just say Ahmed Johnson is here at Peter's Wildlife with the Texas Generation. Look at this, going all the way up to the top rope. Oh, if he hits it, it's over, Chico. It is over. Chico, yeah. And there's the win for the Master of Pain. Here's your winner. And a stomp right down to the belly of Johnny Watts.
All right, we're back. I'm Jimmy Anderson. This is Wrestling Addicts. Rich Walker, Rafael Guzman, as well as Big Al Rage Walker. We're talking about his career. And if you want to follow us on social media, just look at the information on your screen, and we'll put it up there, and you guys follow those links and take a look and follow us, the Wrestling Addicts. And Al, we left off, we were talking about your career and everything, and we've seen some of your footage already during this program, and we'll see some more in just a little bit. But what led to you signing with the World Wrestling Federation and then eventually going into the Nation of Domination?
They had wanted to do an angle where it was like not necessarily gang, but more of like of a movement of black wrestlers to try to establish more of like the kind of Black Panther, kind of Farrakhan type style. And me and Ahmed Johnson kind of got together and kind of brainstormed how we wanted to look with the guys with the suits on, the bow ties, and a female, and also some more little smaller guys to be rappers. And when we came out, it was really strong because it was powerful and it was good. But the problem happened was it went over so well.
Yeah.
That the other wrestler was like, well, what about me? They got the crying, guy, you got a contract. I'm trying to get a contract. You know, if you can't come up with something that's gonna make you look good, that ain't my problem.
Right.
It's not my problem that I spend 45 to 50 hours in the gym all week long so I can have this body, have this look, and you taking steroids and you still looking the same way because you're not training right. Don't get mad at me. Take care of your business.
Well, how did you meet Ahmed Johnson, and how did it all come about?
Doing an indie show. I was at an indie show, and I think it was in Humble, and he was booked, and I was supposed to be booked, but they wanted me to come and meet the guys anyway, and he was passing it, I was passing through, hey, what's up? And we started hooking up, and that's how we got together and started hitting the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Now, were you there, Rich, taping any of his stuff when he was in the WWF?
Not at that time. I was graduating high school, going on to college, doing my thing, and starting, what I thought was going to be my successful NFL football career. Didn't quite work out.
He came close. Yeah. Came close.
Minor league football, not too bad.
But I remember, the for me, it's the exciting times of when he came home. Like, Al would be on the road like
crazy.
10 or 11 months out the year. I mean, he'd be on the road. Out of a month, he'd be on the road 26, 27 days. He'd probably come home, take a weekend leave, chill. And the crazy thing is that this is the thing that, I know he's not going to take credit for it. When he came home, the first day, he rested. The next day, he's out there doing something in the community. He's talking to children, doing some charity work or something. On his own, no cameras, no flash, none of that. That's just what he did.
Let me ask you a question. Was there any jealousy from you whatsoever?
Yeah. I wanted to kick his ass. I knew I couldn't, but I wanted to kick his ass. No, man, no. We've always been supportive of each other. He's supported me in everything I've tried to do. Likewise,
Did he at least let you backstage a bit?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
most definitely.
No, most definitely. And, I mimic a lot of the characteristics that I learned from watching him. You know, the way he can carry himself. I mean, we're big guys.
Yeah.
And you know, some of the things I learned from my brother is, you know, first of all, don't be a jerk because you're bigger than everybody.
Exactly.
You know, use your size as a and be a voice of you know, something positive. You know, be a positive influence.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know, the other thing that about this guy is that there's no fake about him, and that's definitely something that, you know, I'm taking on. If Al Rage Walker has a problem with you, you will know that Al Rage Walker has a problem with
Well,
you.
I tell you what, that's a good note to take a look at some more wrestling footage on Al Rage Walker and how tough he really is. So let's go to it right now. Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Anderson, the host of Wrestling Addicts, right here on this station every single week. I'll be joined by Rafael Guzman, as well as Big Al Rage Walker. And we're going to be here. Wait a second, there's somebody coming on the set. Who are you? Get out of here! Man, what's wrong with you? See, that's why I'm a wrestling addict. And I'll just go!
It's hard to get dates when you're a massive mountain of card perfection. Let's meet the mountain! Well, this is Al Rage Walker, pro wrestler from Houston, Texas, who says if every man could wake up and look like me, they'd be happy.
That's right. That's right.
So you have having a little trouble finding a woman, are you, Al?
Oh, yeah. You know, the problem is a lot of women kind of intimidated by me because of my physical look. I can't help because of the way I look, because God gave me this ability.
So what happens when you go out with a woman? You get all the attention?
Yeah, because of my profession and, you know, what I do, I get a lot of attention. You know, people always want me to come and do things.
Do you go out like that with your shirt open?
Sometimes,
Yeah, I bet you do.
I got like one question. I got a couple of questions. Okay, for oh girl, the first guest, Lynn, can you spank me? It's second question. Second thing is, can I go in your dungeon? And, wait
a minute, wait.
And I can break you in half.
No, come on back. You can't handle it. Does that ever happen to you, Al? Do women ever just say, just take me, spank me, do whatever?
Oh, I had, you know, all kind of offers, buy me cars, fly me here and there, you know,
Really?
that type of thing. Yeah.
From what kind of women? The wrong women.
All kind of varieties of women, you know. I feel like women are very precious and they should be treated right. So, you know, that's why I'm the ultimate male.
right, some more great action there. And let's see, we're talking about the Nation of Domination and all of that. And you guys got along, I guess, with Ron Simmons. He was a pretty good wrestler and another football player as well. And
Ron Simmons
Chuck it along.
was definitely great talent, good on the mic. He played a good role for the leadership of the Nation of Domination. Everything went okay. It was some problems that I didn't like. A lot of backstabbing.
Really?
A lot of controversy because he didn't get the things he felt like he wanted from us that we weren't there to provide. You know, I'm no pimp. You know what I'm saying? I'm there to take care of my business and get a contract and try to feed my family. I'm not there to support your habits or females or whatever. Where that idea came from, I have no idea. I'm there to take care of business. I'm there to promote, please the fans, get my paycheck, take my behind home, go do community service, help the people out, whatever I got to do. I don't have time for all the other stuff.
What specifically was the problem exactly that he was asking you to do?
Well, it was me and King Ali, and, you know, he wanted us to, you know, pretty much look out for him if we see any females, you know, hook them up and all that kind of stuff. And it was because we were rookies. You know how it is when you're a rookie on a new team, but I'm not there for that. I'm there to kick ass.
Like carry his bags and stuff?
Oh, that definitely wasn't going to happen, but that's not happening.
Now,
So what some guys
did Richard Walker carry your bags?
Oh, no, I wouldn't do my brother like that. No. But what I'm saying is, if I was in his position and I got Richard coming in, he's a great talent. I'm going to make sure I do what I can to get him in because he's going to add a great addition to the company, to the business that's going to keep me making money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to use him for my dirty habits to make me happy when I can take care of that myself if I'm that kind of person. But you got so many people in the business that's there for the wrong ulterior motives, and then when it comes back and fire on them, then they realize I should have been straight from day one.
Yeah.
Because this is a business. This is not no strip bar or no, you know, happy hour place. This is a business. You got to take care of your character and what you do in the ring, and most importantly, outside of the ring, like you running the business. Because we all independent contractors for this company.
Have you considered going to like, or even now or in the past, going to like TNA wrestling or anything like that?
If they would call me, I would be more than happy to work with TNA because I see so much potential that, you know, I can help them with being a wrestler and also behind the scenes. You can take something like TNA, making it to WCW in 3 years.
Could be.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember you actually wrestling in the WWF. I remember the Nation of Domination angle, but did you actually wrestle?
When I first started, I did, I did one job match for Kane. He was called Ida Yankum.
I remember that.
Okay, and we did that in Corpus Christi. Vince put me to the side and he said, look, I don't want you to ever, and I thought I goofed up and messed up, I don't want you to ever do a job match ever again. I was like, put my head down. He said, no. He said, you too big and powerful looking. It doesn't look real. Yeah. Even with this guy, it doesn't look real.
And he's a big guy too.
He's a big guy. But he
This
said,
was television, right?
yeah, this was TV. It was Sunday Superstars.
Superstars, yes.
Yeah.
USA Network at the time?
Yeah, it was USA. I believe it was USA.
Okay.
And when he told me that, I was like, okay, cool. And he said, I got something for you. Just be cool. I got something for you. And I was like, okay, let's go. And only then I kept, you know, training and staying ready. But due to bad company and bad associations, I didn't get my shot.
Such as?
Being associated with Ahmed Johnson, yeah, because the stuff that he did, I found out it relapsed back on me, even though I didn't say or do anything wrong to anybody.
What was he doing?
He doing all kind of crazy stuff, just madness stuff, you know, just hurting guys.
Being too stiff?
Well, that and mouthing off too much. See, when you with Vince, he's the boss, not you.
He's got the
You don't go to the boss and say, hey, you better make me champion.
Well, some guys have done it.
And they got fired, too.
Exactly.
Because he's the one running. He's the one that signs your check.
Yep.
Not you. If he decides, okay, you're going to be champion November to December, that's what you're going to do. But you don't tell him, look, I'm going to be champion in 2014, 15, 16, 17. Hey, okay, you're going to be champion at your house. That's what's going to happen.
Unless you have a backyard wrestling federation.
That's what you're going to have because it won't be on no USA. I guarantee you that.
Now, when Vince fires people backstage, does he do that? You're fired, you know, like
He will.
on TV.
He
like,
will.
Like he'll let it be
He
known.
will. Ask
If
Jeff
he does
Jarrett.
it on TV, I'm sure
Ask
that.
Jeff Jarrett.
Oh!
He
Come
will.
on.
That
How
was
about
that
this?
was classic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let me
Jeff
ask
got
you-
roasted.
Let me ask you this: why did they end that particular version of the Nation of Domination? They disbanded it.
Well, what happened was you had so many guys jumping in it, and you had key guys jumping in it, so it made it look too powerful, and at the same time, the storyline went whack. You had Ahmed Johnson, you had Farouk, you had Kama, then you had Goofy D'Lo Brown, then you had The Rock, then you had Mark Henry, then you had Savio Vega. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It was too much. They should have left it the way it was with me, King Ali. You had Crush, then you had the two little rap guys, then you had Farouk. That was enough.
Were you happy not wrestling and just being part of that stable?
Because I knew it was going to lead up to wrestling. It was going to definitely lead up to it.
But you were doing like dark matches, weren't you, and stuff like that?
I did. No, remember like I told you when I did that one job, he told me don't do no more job because I look too good.
Well, now we're running a little low on time. Let's jump now to Out of Control Wrestling. Tell us about that.
Out of Control Wrestling was something we created because we felt like we wanted to bring a different style, a different brand, and we took people that were just a regular 9-to-5 person, gave them a gimmick, show them how the business work and everything, put it on TV right here at HMS, and it was a great run. I mean, we had fans from all over. We had people on WCW and WWE watching our product and redoing it and stealing our gimmicks and putting it on TV.
No kidding.
I mean, what do you think, what Conan called himself?
K-Dog.
A-Dog, South Central.
Really? Are
Yes.
you serious?
Yes, sir.
They stole that? Unbelievable. Wow. Yeah. Were you helping out with that, Rich?
Yeah, a little bit behind the scenes
Yeah.
whenever I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I used to watch it on TV, and I've been to a couple of events.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
If we would have had the money to push it, we would have been the next ECW for sure
That is
here in
a-
Texas. Yeah.
Or back then, if the internet was as big as it is.
Oh, we
now.
had internet
Oh,
back
yeah.
then. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we created
Social
a
media and all
significant
that.
following
Yeah,
just on local public access TV. I mean, we had pretty
Yeah.
much a nationwide following.
I have to be honest. Unfortunately, I live in the city of Pasadena, Texas, with my brother, so we didn't get HMS. So we didn't get the chance to see it until they did that live special on KNWS Channel 51, which we've mentioned before. And how did you guys secure that deal?
My publicist was the one that hooked me up with Channel 51, John Granada. He had a show that he was doing with Alonzo Highsmith with the tennis. What's the West Side?
The West Side Tennis Club. Yeah.
And I was invited to come on the show, and Alonzo, he was boxing at the time. So, of course, it was a boxer against a wrestler. Alonzo was calling me out, and I said, hey, look, anytime you want to get in the ring with me, I'll be more than happy to smash it. No problem. Of course, Alonzo didn't want to accept the challenge. He talked smack. My brother Ken Ali was there. I was about to get on Alonzo's butt. He had one of his boys try to jump me. I body slammed him on the floor. He just got out of hand.
Wow.
Yeah, and ever since that show, John Connor called me back. I went on Channel 51, I don't know how many times.
Hey, I
But
saw one segment where you body slammed somebody through a table.
That
Who
was
was that?
that was Big Dozer, the big 500-pound Dozer. Yeah, we was at a golf, what do you call it when we hit the ball?
The tee?
The tee? No, not the one we hit it with long ways.
Driving
The
range.
drive.
Range. Yeah, we was at a driving range, and they wanted me to come there. He wanted an arm wrestle. He called me out. I beat him. He got mad. He tried to push me, so I slapped him. I slammed him through the table. Bam.
You're making a comeback with
I'm thinking about. I've been getting a lot of requests about Out of Control Wrestling, so I'm thinking about bringing it back for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be something different and entertaining.
You think that the OCW broadcast maybe led to the addition of Texas All-Star Wrestling on KNWS?
Texas All Star Wrestling is a totally different style of wrestling.
You're right.
It's more not that creative.
Yeah.
He's being polite. It sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, we went to a few shows. I mean, it was wrestling and local wrestling at that. It was nowhere near the Paul
They
Bosch
just can't
one.
do it. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call it like it is.
Well, they weren't that good. You're right.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
just not good.
Who was the
Right.
biggest talent? The Necro Butcher, and look what he's done.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Do
But
you
I-
still keep in touch with any of the talent, like any of the guys?
Yeah, I keep in touch with Dozer and Slapshot. I talk with King Ali off and on. I've seen Pest of course at Costa Mania
You saw Ron Simmons at Costa Mania.
and Ross Simmons as well. Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
A lot of legends there. I had a great time at that show. In fact, I was hoarse for about a week. I thought you were going to win that battle royal. There was a battle royal. Was it 20 guys? Or
Yeah, we were the final four, and
Yeah, you were in the final four. Yeah.
who once again the idiot that wrote the script, it was terrible, and that's the reason why it ended up the way it did. It was just horrible.
You can hear how disappointed everybody was. They were like, "What?"
What?
I know I was too. I thought you were going to win that. I know. And,
It should have been.
the
You
guy
know,
that
it was
won-
common sense.
Maybe
but,
the next one.
Yeah,
The guy that won had already won that night in a previous match. I didn't get
that didn't make sense.
No,
My point exactly.
Yeah. I know.
Ludicrous.
It goes back to creative writing. You
Well,
got
yeah.
a guy his size in there with three macaroni dinners in the final four. Why in the heck would you put him over? That's
Well, guys, we're just about out of time here. Al, thank you very
Thank
much
you,
for
sir. I
talking with us
appreciate
and
it.
letting us look at your matches.
Yes.
And until next time, I am Jimmy Anderson here on the Wrestling Addicts, and we'll see you. Thanks and goodbye.